Hi, I'm Dave Scadden. Welcome to Dave Scadden's Pontoon Boat Journal, a visual essay of some of our favorite float trips. Kick back and we'll take you on an adventure on the South Fork of the Snake River in eastern Idaho, right below Palisades Reservoir. We're using the new Outlaw X5 pontoon boat, one set up for front entry and the other set up switch stance with a 4-horse Yamaha outboard on the back. A late winter and cold conditions still had the fish schooled up in the deeper runs. Midge nymphs produce best in the early morning. Larry's using a double dropper below a strike indicator, which produced strikes almost every other cast. You can see how the Outlaw X5 set up switch stance literally parts the waves as you run the whitewater sections of the river. About 10 a.m. the water starts to warm up and we see rise forms on the surface as the midge hatch begins to take off. We immediately switch to dries and stand up on our standing platforms, scanning the flats for feeding fish. A tap of the oars keeps the boat in position as we drift downstream, working the riffles with CDC midges on the surface. After floating through the heaviest section of the hatch, I fire up the Yamaha and run back upstream where I can now float back down through again. You can see how the aerodynamics of the Unitrack pontoon design handles the stiff afternoon wind of the South Fork with ease. By mid-afternoon, the water had warmed up to 46 degrees and the fish started chasing streamers. Larry hooked a 26-inch cutthroat, which quickly snapped him off, leaving him standing there shaking his head. Snake River cuts are gorgeous fish. Notice the deep red slash below the gill plates. By late afternoon, the sun had warmed the valley to a balmy 65 degrees. It was nice just sitting back, drifting dry flies over huge pods of feeding fish with my new Sage TCR 4-weight rod. South Fork of the Snake is a treasure of golden cutthroats. It changes with every season of the year, creating challenges for the most seasoned angler. It should be right at the top of your must-do list. This has been Dave Scadden wishing you great float trips and big fish.